Welcome on back, you to Total War Warhammer 3 in the next chapter of our legendary Skaven campaign. We're back with Ikit Claw for the fall of Altdorf. What a sad day to be part of the Empire of Man. Hang on. Are the fog effects back? They're not on the map itself, but that looks kinda nice. Hey, we got fog again. Alright, snipers, do your thing. They may not be able to hit them, so let's hold back a bit. Ikit Claw, you go run straight into the gates. They all get blocked by these two towers. Impressive. Knock over this wall section. You just hit these handguns here. Ikit Claw's gonna get shot up a little bit. He's gonna get shot up a lot of it. Thankfully, we can weather that. And as soon as they start pulling back, we'll bring in our grinders to knock down the sections of the wall even faster. Alright, you've made it. I don't think we need to give him a death frenzy. It will get him through the gates faster, but I don't think it's actually that worth it. Or to get the alt fire to hit the top of the corner there like you want. Oh, do they have mortars as well? Ah. I probably should have grabbed at least one menace below, but we'll make do. Doom flares, let's go ahead and... Well, you actually do a very good job of blasting a zone for us. Although it is funny that none of the Giselles actually managed to do what I wanted them to. That's fine. Normally they clear a wall in a hurry. Not a lot of spots for the Giselles this time, so let's just bring the rattling guns in. And the grinders start knocking over other sections of the wall. Engineers, you come up just to stand and be intimidating. It's a very important job. I also notice you're not doing anything important. It is now back to some shenanigans. Move in and knock over this piercing tower if possible. It hits through the gates, so send him into these great swords. Knights of the Realm and Reikland guard. Nothing too intimidating. Especially when we have things like this black hole. And bring you on out and away. Close enough, some of our units should start blasting. Now come back through. In fact, go after this section of wall here. And then we'll go for the old Warp Quake. Not sure why you grinders are moving in. Let's go ahead and stop people from moving at the moment. They want to charge. They can take some damage. Hit them where they can't move. Wall's taking a little bit of damage, not a ton. They're running away anyway. And non-dumb warp grinders are a serious problem. Ikit Claw, you need to... Fall back a bit there, sir. Moving through the rattling guns. Come on, rattling guns. Doing anything would be nice. Ikit drop some lightning here on these Knights of the Realm. You guys go past after the gatehouse. 16 seconds before we got another quake. You can drop quakes fairly quickly. Alright, lightning cannon does not really do anything useful. Let's come up this way, sir. Flamethrowers in position as well, since no one else is really able to do their stuff. Gazelles, you too. Move in. Any of you guys are still hanging in here. Come after these halberdiers or these handgunners there. Hit him with the can't move and the earthquake. Ratling guns are all out of whack. Getting hit with mortar strikes and such, bring in the Doomflayers. And these Rattling guns can come inside of the walls. Engineer, you go attack the Halberdiers. And you do the same. We need Ikit to come disrupt these mortars. On the mission he goes. Are they just trapped up here because there's no sections of wall? That's hilarious. Come on. Everyone through. Flares work together on these great swords. Ikit Claw. Every cast heals you so much, that is insane. That second wind serum is the way to go. Now our weapon teams can actually start doing some work. Rotate a bit their Rattling guns, bring in the flamethrowers. Yeah, I think they're trapped up here on this section of wall. That's something for us to remember for the future. And now that we're in position here, we just drop a big one on the mortars. Keep moving into these knights. And with a death frenzy. Here come the motorbikes. Hard to be a Knight of the Realm when you get ripped off of your horse into a tiny little magnetic sphere. How exciting. You are now compressed into the size of a pin. How about instead we just sail around the back and go deal with the mortars? That's the only thing dropping any amount of damage on our troops. Thankfully, weapon teams have a lot of armor. High flamethrowers, you advance. Lightning cannon here. Snipers should do the same thing, as long as you can knock down that tower quickly. Don't want to see it anymore. Both of you launch your rockets into the Knights of the Realm. Beautiful damage. And then you just start dropping death frenzies on the Doomflayers. You are losing flayers. They're fighting bonus. They are fighting dedicated anti-large. We'll bring them back. Ikit Claw is trapped. Once again, a dedicated anti-large. Come on, Rattling guns, spread out. Flamethrowers, you come up. You're taking a lot more damage than I would like, but their leadership should break soon. Just on cue. Who's scared of knights? We've lost one Doomflayer. What if we can find another crazy Skaven willing to ride around on a Doomflayer? I can promise you that. Nice and simple. Altdorf falls. 9 rats die in the siege, which is incredibly low. 29,000 for sacking Altdorf. Yes, that is quite the sum, isn't it? But I want to actually stay here. So we're going to go ahead and take Altdorf to tier 3. Like that, we got some more fuel, another engineering student, and we've got, of course, an adept besieger. With no one really dying, you blast a hole, then you send in the armored fist, and that's pretty much that. What else we got? So enough for Doom rocket upgrades. None of these are useful unless we actually have a Doom rocket currently, so let's go ahead and bail out of there. Alright, Altdorf has been claimed. Kevin also has a siege going on. Wait, Blade of Anti-Heroes sounds pretty good. A Potion of Speed, you at least have something going on there. Lagrolk. Let's give you... yeah, point of triangulation. 515. Yeah, they're almost as good as Ikits. The engineers do matter, but because Rattling guns have such small missile strength kind of just naturally, it takes a lot more to actually build that damage up. No, they don't do small damage, it's more just that each individual shot is what's being upgraded. And so since each shot is dealing 3 and 9 damage, and there's 18 of them, total they're only dealing about as much, even each bullet is dealing less than a normal Skaven slave's sling, but it's a bunch of armor piercing, and so that's just why it takes so much to actually upgrade them. They do feel it, it just takes a lot more. They're more of a diminishing returns kind of needed when it comes to missile strength increases. So these are the nasty towers. We want to make sure we knock them down quickly. Grand battery set up. Very small grand battery, but a grand battery it is. These are still Bretonnians, and so they will not really threaten us beyond the wall. We just have to knock over those towers quick. And hope we don't really lose too many rats in the first volley. In fact, let's put up front our missile troop, or our melee troops, to hopefully lure in those tower shots. Towers aren't dumb, they go after your most important targets, but we will see. Grinders, you come over here, stay away from... We can weather a little bit of fire from the walls. Not a lot, but a little bit. Alright, gang, let's do this. Ballistics calibration. All 3 of you knock over this tower. Oh, they didn't deploy on the walls. AI must be watching a whole bunch of Legend videos. Why did they deploy over here? Well, maybe they're not watching that many Legend videos. Come on, gang, everyone in. Except for you. You stay back here so we can keep boosting up the catapults, please. Flamethrowers and Gatlings in. I see you. Long-range peasant bowman. That tower section's down, hit the next. Love you go to the gatehouse. Flamethrower squad here and here. Bring those walls down so fast. Much respect for the Skaven grinders. I wish miners could attack walls too, for just the normal miners for the Dawi. That would give them some use. I want no towers attacking me, thanks. Except for you can move up and just start blasting this section of barricade, that'd be awesome. Oh, they identified themselves with the snipers for a moment. No, you don't need to leave. Enjoy the earthquake. Some chip damage on those knights while they try to move through there. You guys move over here, rattling guns to this section. Make it so no matter what, we can fire through the areas. And punish the Bretonnians hiding within. Oh, did you think you were going to come after me? No. Well, they do have some trebuchets up here causing some issues. We've got a bunch of them, actually, good grief. I'd like the knights to leave, but I don't think they will. Maybe you can cast some spells and injure your team, who knows? On these field trebuchets, what kind of spells are you throwing? Don't worry about it right now, we've got other battlefronts to deal with. No, lads, let's go this way. Otherwise, you're gonna die. Well done, catapults, well done. Grinders, let's go ahead. Oh, are you already through? Hey, those gates are already down. Knock over these walls then. Bone breaker, let's come straight in. Yep. We've cracked the first section at least. Ballistics calibration. Oh, they're all being weird. That's what's going on. Come here, catapults. They're being wiggly. Alright, grinders, keep moving. Infantry into position here. Field trebuchets really are not that intimidating. She gonna drop in and duel? Man, the Bretonnians think their spellcaster lords are actual melee lords. That's crazy. I mean, if we get her close enough, we can lock her in the sky and the snipers can deal with her. So just like this. Sorry, you big dumb. Death comes swiftly. Oh, even the catapults, just because why not? Dropped right out of the sky. Easy. Alright, let's get another black hole in here. They should get scared rather quickly. And rat spears, I think now's the time to move in, start taking out some of these extra units that are in here. Your grinders, you move to about here, and then we're gonna set up a trap. The most dastardly trap. Just set them in. With some support, then rat spears will do alright. Walls come down behind them. What an excellent siege this is. Lightning here. And they're making sure these trebuchets stay protected. Let's knock down one more of them. Alright, spears, charge. Knock out these trebuchets. Have you guys taken out the tower yet? Well done. Let's go ahead and have all of these catapults advance once again. They don't want to fall for our trap. I wonder why. Maybe too much saturation of artillery. You two go this way. Actually, I lied. Come back with our engineer. Knights of the Realm are scary. Alright, rally guns inside. Warp fire to here, warp fire to here, and here. Bone breaker, give him the sauce. Let's have you turn around. Which one is the most? You. Take out these foot squires. For those peasant bowmen, please. Then the reload. You keep chasing here, keep the spears in position. Oh, she's casting the, like, the monstrous regiment on them. Why do these spearmen keep glowing? In the Skaven slaves, they are chucking rocks at the guys outside the wall, which I am absolutely here for. Grinders forward. Let's go ahead and have the rattling guns also advance. Cook 'em, flamethrowers. Mounted yeoman. Snipe through there in a hurry, bring up the Jezzails. Let's go cook these foot squires. Grinders, you come up to knock over the platform. Same thing there, keep advancing. Spears, you gotta move up and capture rather these knights of the realm. Taking a long time to get through here. Oh, that barricade went up just in time, didn't it? Grinder, move in. They really don't want to do anything about it. Drop some lightning here. Flamethrowers annihilate those squires. Excellent. That killed how many of ours? Well done, Plague Claw. You're doing the best work. Can you do some artillery dueling? That would be fantastic. It'd be far more useful than what you're currently up to. Come on. Grinders. Oh, actually locks her in place. She takes a lot of damage. Can you hit Shantae up there? No, they can't. Shantae is safe. Well, our infantry are doing great, but you kind of expected as such, didn't you? Take out these bowmen. I don't think they can range up and over the top, but I'm gonna try. Getting knocked out by artillery is not amazing. Take this barricade down. And there's what I was looking to do. All the knights at the same time. We got some heals in here. We got a sword. We got plenty. No worries. Miscast? No problem. Enjoy the lightning storm. And several of the knights turning and running for the hills. Too bad you can't hack it. Slay, stab. Everyone else is gonna go off this way. Those are simply mounted yeomen. Lightning in here. Oh, I see. Plenty of strange going on here. Torch these knights. And then we hit you with the nope, no one's moving, enjoy. Enjoy death. You guys need her to start blasting them. More knights in the realm, move in. Rattling guns take position. Flamethrower seems like it's a little bit too close. We'll bring them both around the corner. When our guys up front here inevitably do break. Gazelles don't have good range. Bring in the warp fire throwers to here. We obey. Get lightning. Seconds before we can chuck some more lightning. Come on. Rattling guns inside the settlement just are not... Well, they're good. They don't have any of their normal abilities. There goes another. Unless you're not fighting in a Dawi settlement, because several of the settlement types don't have this much elevation change. I guess we can bring the Rattling guns around to here. Although we're about to win. Slow and steady. Alright, that's a second siege. Nice and simple. That was a little bit less friendly to us. I think in terms of who you want for the sieges, the Poison Wind Mortars and the actual Bombardier teams are even better because they can chuck stuff over the different elevation zones and don't have to care about line of sight as much, which is great. They just have less range, so I mean, you bring them in and then they start clearing the city pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and sack this one. Bring some more gold on back to Skaven Blight. Dante falls. Oh, you really are going to take attrition because of, what, mountain climate? Mountain passes in general, because it's really tall. As long as we're not taking attrition, I'm happy.
No malice detected.
Lightning Strike is probably what we want. And Almighty is even more post-battle loot. We always want at least 1 point in a Lightning Strike, especially when we're running around with kind of just single elite armies taking on multiple.
Clan chieftain.
Makes their reinforcements less of a help and way more of a hindrance because they just show up and they lose their balance of power as well. Blade Shield.
Sorcerer, inventor, yes, yes.
Sappers, we can start moving much more quickly.
Master engineer. Warlock engineer.
Let's give you Overseer. Cleansing Ruin is all good to go, so let's go ahead and switch back to... Well, let's make sure Warp Gale's as cheap as possible, then we'll grab a Overseer for you as well. Bale Quint. Guess what is it? It's 0.8 heals for 15 seconds and 12 melee defense. That's insane. Ikit Claw. Only losers and fools fight fair. Ikit Claw knows this well. As does the Holy Inquisition. Alright, remember, we've had him sack Musion. We're going to basically just sit on this bridge. I'm going to trust in the overwhelming firepower of the Skaven to deal with whatever they bring at us. Especially if we're fighting on a choke point. They conquer Lyonesse, so be it. And then we have this army holding an Artois, which... It has some decent defenses. None of our Poison Wind Globes, which is unfortunate, but... We might be able to hold the line there, even if they bring in this lady who spits on beasts. What else do we need to do besides spin some gold? Oh yeah, we have Thrawn trying to kick in here. Kick in the doors next to Ulysses.
Master engineer.
Just don't really have time to recruit anything useful, so we're gonna hope wall defenses can hold and we don't see the resurgence of Clan Angren. That'll be quite annoying, although Bob is here to deal with it. If we really, really need to, well, we'll send him up there to conquer. C4 call, let's go ahead and upgrade everything here. It's gonna be well, not another Skaven Blight level settlement. Like Skaven Blight down a tier or 2. Back here, and I don't trust Magritta. Definitely get the max tier. This gives us more pack masters and a little bit more gold. How much more? Only 10. Never mind. Doubles the research rate. That we do like to see. The NS is not going to be ours for long. The Ziflin probably won't either. Although it's a minor settlement, so we shouldn't put too much into it. And then the Wood Elves are going to come crack down on Asgraz and Gristle Valley, likely. Likely. So we're not going to upgrade. We'll stick with our 14k. You know what, let's take Kieran up to tier 4. I think that one we can defend. Even if it's a little bit sketchy, I don't know that Durthy will cross the mountains. We'll go attack it. Bemute, you're in a good spot. Genius Bob, you're also in a good spot. Just keep raiding the ogres' lands. They're gonna love you. Then Useless, you continue to sit here and wait for Ezor to come under attack. Reload time reduction for all our Doom Wheels. Some survivability sounds like a good idea. However, I guess we are closer to the Warp Lightning Battery here, so let's grab that first. And then we can get the old Warp Fire's Wheel, which has a ton of ammunition. Seems to be its special thing. Oh, and it regenerates. That's fun. That's for the reload time reduction. Actually use something for all of them. Well, now our Warp Lightning's incredibly cheap. I give that to Ikit Claw. Man, I can. We're not going to. That feels cheeky. We're gonna give it to Kevin. Kevin, our loyal Warp Master. Enjoy your lightning battery, so way less cast or miscast base chance, and then your Warp Lightning is much cheaper. It's the end times for someone.
Warlock of Skaven Blight.
Just not me. Alright, well, Reikland moves in. In terms of the siege, we need to fight it, because there's going to be Bretonnians right by. If we go ahead and let the auto-resolve handle it, we lose 2 of our Night Runners, and then the Bretonnians march in. So, no extra menace below, although, no, I lied. 2 extra menace below, and then the field. Alright, so it looked like we did already have some breaches in the walls. Let's see where those are at. Or maybe not. These aren't the highest tier towers, which is unfortunate. Oh, there were a couple breaches in the walls. Okay, well the plan then... just have one set of spearmen here. If only our Night Runners could be a little bit sneakier. The Citizen's guns will be able to take them out pretty effectively. Are you on a horse, sir? Both have horses, so we really can't bring any of the Night Runners outside the walls to chase them around. Can't over here, though. That's all I'm going to. And then over on this section, we can kind of do the same thing with the Gutter Runners. Let's put them over here. Yeah, they'll be on a bit of a hot pursuit. No, not all of them. Well, it's too late now. They're going to be on a bit of a hot pursuit. This section of the map, good sirs, that we have this many clan rats. They never give you enough missiles to hold the Skaven towns, because none of your infantry are actually your good units. Dealing with the Holy Hammer of Sigmar, I'm thinking having some Storm Vermin is a good call. We're just going to keep them back far enough. Well, you know what? No. Here's an even better idea. Storm Vermin are going to all hang out in the final zone. And I'm going to trust in our artillery's ability to run away. So we will put... because they can come up and around this back section. Put the Blade Claw catapults over here. Or up here. To harass the enemy as they approach. I realize having the Night Runners to fight this guy is a big old waste. We're going to have all of them instead duel with these archers.
Skaven! Yes!
We'll just put a couple of these kind of dinky clan rats over here. Let them be a distraction for a while. Dinky clan rat team 1, 2, and you might as well get all the towers active. Here's the problem. I definitely didn't grab them in order, did I? Clan rats here. Drag these guys across to activate multiple towers. I cannot. Okay, then we'll grab some spears, put them in here. Like I said, their job's not necessarily to do anything other than to be a nuisance for a little bit. And they need to run away. And running at maximum speed is their other job.
them best. Bright claw catapult.
Let's just have the runner slings in guard mode, which they already are. And then we will have... like, this tower always gets taken out pretty quickly. Let's have the towers in sections where it'll be full of infantry. Let's put tier 1 tower here and, like, right here. Perfect. Now, let it begin.
Night runners. Hornet rats will.
Gotta keep the Night Runners back for just a moment. They not advancing? Yeah, there they go. Skill.
Ready, ready.
You can take out the Tattersouls, that'd be awesome. I can be over here with our... thank you kindly. Alright, Night Runners, move. And then my Gutter Runners, we need them coming around as well. And then back towards this goon. This is getting taken out by the towers in general. Ditson's guns are very sparkly, aren't they? The sparkly guns. Lightning in. A little bit of minutes below. They have hit the walls. Repeat, they have hit the walls. Alright, Night Runners, fall back. Spearmen, come on down. Night Runners, fall back. I don't think it's time to abandon that position just yet. They're just trying to power through our units. Interesting. Oh, yeah, then they capture our tower back. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Night Runners back inside the walls. Don't use their ladders, please. Spears kill here. You guys take down these. We're dropping lightning on the flagellants. And then Night Runners get up here. Others on this side. Alright, where are my Gutter Runners?
Skaven, yes, yes. Slaves now. Aye, aye, ready. Yes, yes.
Spears hold. They have some menace below. Move in. They've got our towers, so let's go ahead and have them pop in here. Even capturing our tower is all sorts of unfortunate. Small skirmish, come back this way. Rip them to pieces. That general's coming on through our settlement fairly quickly.
Master Envoy.
Yep, Night Runners, fall back.
Night Runners. Clanrat skills. Picking up. Very good, Master.
Stand there and throw stuff at them. Lovely bit of lightning. Here, you come over and chase these spearmen. Kill who you can. Now, it's the Templehof Luminarch only. It's so good. We might actually end up owning this one. Or winning this one, losing very few is what I mean. Alright, Night Runners, stay away. Keep throwing stuff at them.
Guide us, Horned One. Yes. Poor leaders, hear me. Clan rats. Slice up. Night Runners.
Charge those archers, break them.
Grey Seer. is yours. Murder, kill.
How the gutter runners doing?
Now, ready, now.
Need them back inside the settlement.
Claw,
And Blade Claw doing really good work. If we had one more caster, I think this battle would have been over even faster. You keep killing Sterling's Revenge, you go after those Tattersouls. You can just both have them hit the Sterling's Revenge. Their leader's now beelining through the center of the settlement here. So let's slow them down. Some cheap barricades.
Must eat warpstone. Yes.
You don't need your Warpstone yet, but you can drop some more lightning here on these flagellants. That should break them completely.
Spell casting.
Rick.
What?
Alright, now go ahead and fold back into the final section with the Storm Vermin. Oh, our Gutter Runners, what happened? Oh, the artillery is extremely traitorous. Oh well. Put them down, Gutter Runners.
What orders? As master desires. Advance retreat. Scurry death.
They'd rather go over the ladders.
Yes, master. Scurry. Our tile's yours.
It's a bit unfortunate.
Yours. Rocky Jackass. Murder, kill.
Like a detonation there is very smart. This below feels like an overkill. Yeah, see if you can go pursue that leader. They're going to capture this zone. That's no problem. He's all alone, and he's going to be fighting a lot of halberdier teams. Kill these flagellants. Gutter Runners, you stay out front. Keep bothering those halberdiers. Artillery, you turn and kill these crossbows if at all possible. As soon as these halberdiers fall, we'll bring in the Gutter Runners to take out the invisible top of the walls. The Tattersouls need to get hit with rocks. Claw leaders to battle. Although they're being ridiculous. Good old strange pathing. A few more rocks should see them in the afterlife. The walls, Gutter Runners up on the walls. Oh, we broke them. Beautiful. It's just the flagellants left. Well, I mean, we did a decent job. Hopefully, the Bretonnians won't be able to launch an assault immediately just because of the amount of troops we have left. Pull back. Also, the fact that none of the wall sections are down is great. We did lose one of the gates. That's probably still open. And we'll see. These last 3 flagellants. And they're gone. Back to the campaign map. A close victory for sure, but... no, not really. We lost a couple of the spearmen and a couple of swords, but that's entirely fine. The Bretonnians will have a very hard time getting in, simply because, walls. And in march the Sylvanians. I mean, if we keep Vlad away from our lines, I don't think this will be a decisive defeat. It's just going to depend on where his armies are reinforcing from. 37 seconds means that if they're right next to us, we can just set up to kill them. And this is a garbage army. Yeah, let's see how decisive this defeat is actually going to be. Alright, let's begin. I mean, if we can find a way to scoot back here, that'd be awesome. I don't think it lets you deploy. It does. I mean, it's interesting. We're probably going to want to corner up right behind here. They can sweep around, but that's not really the main concern. Alright, so our Jezzail team, our warp fire throwers. Death glow bombs up front.
Skaven, yes, yes. Council's command.
Hit like so.
Captain's command. Ready, ready. I'll tail yours.
And death globes there, and then we'll have the Skaven slave spears.
What orders?
You kind of have to have them back behind, otherwise they just get short. They just get melted by your own equipment.
Ready now. Now, ready now.
We can have one of you just kind of up here luring them in. Bonebreaker, Packmaster, and the good old Warlock Master himself. Our Plague Priest.
What orders?
Let's see if we can break the Von Karsteins. Or if we are now destined to be the ones broken. Let it begin. Yeah, they're gonna have all their allies. Go ahead and speed things up. We want to try to delay as many of these troops as we can. We do have the Warp Gale to stop any of the flyers, and they've got a couple of those. There's all of the knights. Are you on foot? Oh, you need to leave. I thought you were on a flare. It's a huge blob of undeath. So, you were so lucky we don't have a nuke. In fact, he's probably taunting us. Nuke, right there, we win. Eliminates all of the winds of, or the winds of magic, just the balance of power immediately. We don't have enough Warp Gales for everyone, but we're gonna focus. We need a Warp Gale, kill the Necromancer. Warp Gale, kill the Vargheists. And then everything else needs to be Warp Lightning.
Onwards! Shriek! Shriek!
Alright, lure him in.
Move!
Wish you guys were a little bit faster. 81 speed's good, but it's...
Move! Move!
could be better.
Skitter and leap!
Alright, here come the Wraiths.
Faster! Scurry!
They've got interest.
We obey!
You might as well harass them on the way in, too.
Charge! Murder, kill, kill!
Just turn here. Oh, pull back. Here comes the dragon. We've got their attention well and truly now. Snipers away. There is a dragon chasing you, so you should indeed hurry. Ooh, not today, sir. You thought. Oh, we got one good hit. Come on. Get away from that. All Jezzails. We dropped off some zombies to protect him. And I shook that off like a champion. Alright, Doom Wheels, get ready. Packmaster be in the middle there. Enemy things melt. Bonebreaker, get in there. Need our Doom Wheels to kind of keep moving. How do they actually get caught in melee? That's so dumb. Well, not good. Like 3 of them are caught. Alright, Warp Gale here. All snipers. shoot these, not the Felbats, the Vargeists.
Counselor's command. For the Vermintide.
So we're doing good until the bat showed up. Where are my two Doom Wheels? That doesn't matter. Too bad. Yeah, they just had the overwhelming push. If we had maybe some artillery to hurt them a little bit more from range. They get real unlucky with our troops deciding to run up into melee. That's just the way it is sometimes. With weapon teams, you either obliterate or you just get run over like this, which is our first one getting this smushed. See how many of the undead actually managed to survive there. We learned that this army not actually very good at dealing with the undead, especially when they're flying, using nothing but flyers. We need some more warp gales. We only have the single one. Hit you on the campaign map. This Packmaster just took it in forever. Well, that went very, very poorly. Just having that few or that many low-range Jizzails did great, but I kind of expected our bombers and flamethrowers to do a bit more. They just didn't do anything at all. They I don't know if it took them too long to actually get targets or what, but you can see they no kills across the flamethrower teams, which is, okay, it says no kills, but 39. It didn't do too bad. Yeah, apparently the large unit rush works out. We need grinders. You're going to attack this army again? I'm going to go ahead and let them go, although it's... Yeah, we'll let them go. Who attacks Gristle Valley. His army of insane units, good grief. And same thing here, we don't stand a chance against this many Way Watchers. They can pick everyone off the walls without really much of a problem. And then Artois gets attacked by 3 armies of Bretonnians. Slog against that many knights is just never a fun time. I'm gonna let him have it. Leoness falls as well. Look how good you all think you're doing. The Disciples of Shuddergone, we get ourselves a Man-Thing Slave. Ronan dies, Eggenbolt dies, whole bunch of people die. We get it. They've learned how to be aggressive, where they bypass the settlement to go hit other ones. And that's just the way it is. The advanced skills Skaven assassins learn in the Far East appear quite alien, but are no less effective when practiced at home. Rimaloud gets some extra experience. Now we've broken Reikland, you'd think, but because out of nowhere you always look around like, look at how many extra settlements they all of a sudden have. Their capital's gone, but it won't stop their military prowess even a little bit. We're kind of forced to march on Weissmund.
Magic missile.
Drop off a laboratory here in Lorelorn. Excellent, and then we can go ahead and grab the subterranean pit as well. Okay, so they're exhausted. He probably has troops nearby too. So in this army, or this battle, we're gonna need to make sure we lock them down and don't take much damage ourselves. I think the AIs realize that huge swarms of cavalry is pretty much the only way to stop us. 10% missile resistance is not very much. I want to try not to use any menace below. We'll have one more large battle here for this episode. Here, let's grab. I say I don't want to use any, but let's grab 2. 1 to knock out the mortars, and then 1 just to slow the approaching knights. Right, then let's do this. So you're going to go ahead and go for a very spread deployment. That's how you want to fight a weapons team. Army, I can't lie. Okay, so what we want to do is break one of these flanks aggressively quickly.
Warp lightning cannon.
Deployment zone here is not my favorite. We could use the rocks to break them up, but it's also going to hurt our own line of sight, so lightning cannon on the hillside.
Now, ready, now.
Gotta be in line with one another, and we have our Jezzails to deal with. In fact, let's have 2 of the normal Jezzails just in front of our artillery. And then I'm gonna have 1. So many heavy cavalry here.
Our tail's yours.
Stopping those heavy cavalry from getting to us is going to be not easy. Terrible line of sight there. We're gonna have to deploy a little bit more forward with these 4. I'm gonna make them a checkerboard.
What?
Cavalry can shut down checkerboards pretty quickly. Flamethrowers here. And then these 2 rattling guns ready to move up. Okay, so good old wizardly beard scratch of thinkification. He does have some long rifles himself, which I'm not really that concerned with. Grinders, you just gotta deploy here. We'll have the Doom Flayers hit the Reichsguard to get too close. Block Engineer out front on these 2 zones. Ikit Claw out here. Yeah, this is gonna be nasty. So nasty. You come on back, then we can get some increased rate of fire. This is a perceived weak zone, but when they move in, they can get shot by several units at the same time.
Skaven, yes, yes.
Perceived weak spots. Now we're gonna try to win this. Have you in with the fire throwers.
Our tail yours.
In fact, all of the rally guns are going to be in group 2. There we go. I have been in their own squad. Guard mode, guard mode, guard mode. Right, battle begin. Okay. Now that I wasn't expecting. Gonna rip with this flank, and that's fair enough. Ikit, you go straight forward then.
What orders?
Gonna bring him in. I'm gonna sit there, buddy. I'm gonna throw stuff at you. Enjoy.
Stone magic. Warp lightning.
Zap those long rifles. Yeah, sorry, bud. You're in range.
We move. What orders? Council's command. Squeak, squeak. Horned rats will.
You keep moving. You gotta move fast, brother.
Warp grinder. Rattling your gun.
Rattling guns get to work.
Good, master.
Come on.
Going. Preach on a car.
Thank goodness for high missile strength, man.
Warp grinder.
No one's getting through here.
Quick mode!
Make sure you're ready, make sure you're ready. Doom Rocket here. Already wavering those Reiksguard, you love to see it. Keep blasting. Alright, everyone else keep moving up this direction. Let's go ahead and start knocking out the Hergeg Jaeger Corps.
Rattling your gun!
Spooky, but we pulled it off. Doom Rocket into these long rifles. Actually, I lied. There's Demogryph Knights charging. Oh, just kidding. No, there's not. There are absolutely not Demogryph Knights charging. There were Reiksguard Knights for a second. See, that was an absolutely stress-induced battle there. Good grief. Well done, guns. Well done. The gods see fit to give us a close victory. We lost only 6 rats there. Are you sure about that? That went very well. Yeah, they were tired knights, but they were still knights. We're gonna go ahead and occupy that at tier 1. Still have Black Pit, Midden Stag. They've got a lot of territory, but thankfully Clan Molder's on the way in. And, I mean, Altdorf does not have good stuff. Destroy, we'll replace. If anything, we can just destroy everything that's in Altdorf in general and siphon the gold from it that way. Magnus here in Helmgart is a good opportunity to kill another large army. We can ignore the Bretonnians for now, because they did beat the smack out of us there. And we can deal with Helmgart.
Make things dead!
Pyrrhic victory, we would lose most of our front line. There's a lot of guys behind those walls, but I don't think so. All we have to do is break one section, and then move in. Let's bring in some minutes below, let's say 4, and to the field. Deployment begin. I guess we get an extra long episode today. Times that's just the way it's gonna be. We're gonna go ahead and deploy the artillery here.
Council's command.
Rattling guns in front. Those are the super towers. This is gonna be a nightmare. Now, the beginning of this battle is going to be brutal, but that's okay. Let's have you rats up front catching those while our brave artillery does what they can to kill the Packmaster. That's everyone outside of these grinders, which we're definitely going to need. Survive and get in close. Probably keep them back for the start here. Them and the Rattling guns both, but the Rattling guns can also clear the walls pretty quickly once we get them close enough. Getting them there is not going to be safe. We're fire teams, and let's do this. Battle begin. Knock down that section. Go quickly. Sales can actually do anything just yet? No, not right. Not quite. Order strikes come in, which we can survive. That tower's going down quickly. We only have a couple of them, so...
Me, boss, not dead.
Me, boss. You two switch targets. Grinders start moving in. Sections aren't indestructible, that's what you're bringing your grinders to destroy. You poor fools, this is Lightning City. Get sucked into the voids, unfortunate. Let's go ahead and knock out these guns. Because they are actually dealing some good work, or good damage to our fire throwers, and that needs to stop. Ouch. Battle of the Chaff. Let's see how good yours are. Ooh. That's unfortunate, that is. Yeah, I'll fire at will. Gotta dismantle those mortars. That tower's now down, so they can attack whatever they want. Everyone's kind of staying off the walls. I can't blame them. Fire, move in before you leave. Drop this off. Ballistics calibration. Their mortars are at least shut down. Handguns felt brave for a second. Let's teach them why bravery is false. Cheeky but effective. Summoning some more friends here. They are in fact null Ironsides, which is a concern. Don't think I can hit them there with it. Fall back, warp fire, fall back. As long as we can eliminate their crossbowmen with just drop lightning. The rest of this army is pretty simple. Next section of wall grinders. Where's my other grind? Get up here and start being useful. I'd obliterate these handguns. You kill these crossbowmen here, and you do the same with this set. Thank you kindly. Goes another section of wall. Now we can start hitting through quite effectively. Knock over this section. And the Empire falls to flamethrowers and rattling guns. Let's try to shut down these grenadiers. I don't know if it actually worked, but we'll try. You, chill service, will come up here and lend your defensiveness to our battle. Please and thank you. Another bit of lightning here on these crossbows. Work to those crossbows, that needs to stop. Wouldn't think we're moving up way too much. Yeah, I think we are, so let's just move to here. And then bring the Jezzails up as well. I've got another mortar blasting. Where at? Oh, for real, where at? Blasting my infantry to bits in that backline there, but I have no idea where they are. Keep gnawing through sections of the wall there. Huh. Couldn't tell you where that's coming from. Kill these crossbows, you get the handguns. I'm gonna move up a little bit too much to get those handguns, don't like to see it. Good knock out the great swords, everyone else roll in together, the heroes.
Yes, 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 yes. 13, yes, yes.
Towards these great swords. Yeah, you kind of just have to let the artillery do its own thing. Alright, we're in. Move over here after the Reiksguard. You guys just kind of race, get ready. For defense, you come back over here with the Sword of Anti-Heroes and then hit the Reiksguard. Save the lightning. We have plenty of infantry groups to knock out. Alright, grinders, let's go ahead and come up into position. Attacking these halberdiers, rattling guns. Lock anything down that wants to advance on them, and we'll bring these extra flamethrowers in. Infantry advance. See if we get the Jezzail sniping Magnus. I don't know that it'll work, but we can try. Alright, flamethrowers come back. Grinders, you come over. Oh yeah, that fire is unfortunate. Smack him, Warlock Master, smack him. You going after our flamethrowers. Bold strategy, Cotton. Save the Doom Rocket. Smash those Swords of Ulrich. Their lord is in trouble. The fire throwers move through. We need you to torch the enemies further back. This is a requirement. There goes the leader. Should have come outside the walls, buddy. We call a mistake. Get more lightning here. These grinders are having a bad time. Bring in the Jezzails. Bring in the rattling guns. I'm impressed at the accuracy of those handguns through their own troops. We should be shorter than them. So they're actually able to fire through the legs of their own guys to kill our clan rats. Effective.
Skaven, yes, yes. Council's command.
Kill the Knights of More.
Now tail's yours.
Beautiful warp fire. How'd you get all the way over there? Crazy.
What?
Drop the earthquake. Have the warp fire fall back. Keep torching those handguns.
Warp fire thrower. Warp grinder. Warlock engineer.
Get more lightning, you go after Magnus. Breakers of Teeth are doing their things. That's a broken line. Here comes some Grenadiers, get ready. Then some Huntsmen back there too. Huntsmen are kind of a problem. Just due to their sneakiness until you drop a black hole in amongst their group. Lightning times 2. Let's make sure. Oh, we just barely didn't get it in time. Robin Hood. Men in the black hole. Whole different kind of story. Toughest tents in Reikland. Far tougher than these men. Beautiful work, Skaven. I'll catch you all on the campaign map. Alright, oh no, we lost one of our Warp Grinder teams. Rest in peace, you all will be honored. These guys, though, way better. Obviously, these were replaced with Skaven slaves by some of our rivals. And that's why we're never going to achieve world domination, because our underlings, of course. Let's go ahead and take this fort to tier 3, make it much harder for them to take it back. Forts aren't the most defensive, but if we leave just a single Warlock Engineer in most of them, it's really hard for anyone to do anything about it. You bunch up on the walls, the Warlock Engineer zaps you for it. Alright, Kevin, we're gonna have you sit up in Global, grab yourself another team of Grinders, and you lost one of these Spears as well. I just think your Clan Rat Spears are... Nothing is as good as the Warp Grinders for Clan Scryer. Fire Throwers, only 3 Rattling Guns, a little bit lax, I can't lie. So, use Skaven Slaves. A boot. And we'll go for a 4th Rattling Gun. You have extra space, too. How exciting. Let's give you a Poison Wind Mortar. Bunch of indirect fire weapons. I'm thinking the Warp Fire Throwers are probably going to get replaced with 4 Jezzails. But let's do that in a moment. We've got our indirect fire for ripping apart infantry. Maybe the Plague Claw catapults get replaced with the lightning cannons. Bretonians are a problem, so... And their main problem is cavalry. Diametric interface gives us 8% more health. That gets it up by 800, or 522. Your rats have really low health. Now we're going to upgrade it to Death Frenzy and get Evasion. Speed and defense permanently.
Sorcerer, inventor, yes, yes.
Used to just be when you were losing a battle, now it's all the time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pass out these skills here to those who have earned them, but thank you all so much for dropping on by today's Ikit Claw campaign. If you all enjoyed, please do remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub bone, and I'll see you all fine folk in the next one.